Is Larry Elford. I am an investment bodyguard. You find me on Twitter at Recovered Broker. I do systemic financial fraud, misconduct, financial malpractice in the investment industry. I'm going to walk you through 5 minutes here, hopefully, on how salespersons use a special disguise and disguise themselves as professionals and how they use that deception to abuse millions of North Americans. The forums where I got started was at investoradvocates.ca, and there's about 50 topics in here about investments and securities laws, exemptions, and things. I'm going to start you out with this one called Stan's Grand Exempt Deception. It's the latest topic, and it looks into the salespersons who are posing in a disguise as professionals to disguise, deceive, and defraud. So again, investoradvocates.ca is where you'll find some of my stuff. I start with something the SEC sent me today because I've been asking them questions. They sent me the regulation on investment advisors by the US SEC, March 2013, from the staff of the Investment Advisor Regulation Office. And what that told me is, when I went through it, the good news is that in the middle pages, up in the 20s, this is the best set of client protective rules in the world as far as I've ever seen. It started out in reaction to, on page 1, to eliminate abuses in the securities industry believed to contribute to the stock market crash of 1929 and the depression of the 30s. And it jumps into page 22, fiduciary duties. An advisor must avoid conflicts of interest with clients, prohibited from overreaching or taking unfair advantage of a client's trust. This is in law. A fiduciary owes its clients more than mere honesty and good faith alone. That, my friends, is the good news. These are the best rules that you could possibly ask for. The bad news is they don't apply to you. What happens is that by the time we skim ahead to about page 4, we start to run into what's an investment advisor, page 3, and that's 2. Page 4 we get into, maybe 5, we get into the loopholes. The loopholes are, what are the exclusions from this definition? There are several exclusions from the investment advisor definition. Here's where we get bank and holding companies. We get brokers and dealers, of which there are about 500,000 licensed brokers. If you search at FINRA Broker Check, FINRA is the self-regulatory body. So you find broker, dealer, agents, and things exempt tens of thousands of commissioned salespeople in the country, North America. So we've got tens of thousands of people dressed like advisors, exempt from having to follow the law. So they've got a disguise. They're able to deceive millions of people who don't know the difference, and then sell them investments which are less than the very best. What are the rules for someone who doesn't meet the advisor requirements or the fiduciary requirements of this act? The rules are, you have to sell something that is suitable. And for suitable, the word suitable is like a vague and self-defined term that is so wiggly and wishy-washy that I ask you, would you accept water that is drinkable or suitable to drink, even if I guaranteed you it was suitable? Would you eat food that was edible? Right now, the investments that we're dealing in are not real investments anymore, but we're dealing in investment-like products. And they're calling them suitable, just like certain foods are food-like products. Still suitable. Scientists create cheese from human toe bacteria. I'm certain someone could say that is suitable, and they could sell it. This young fellow is drinking water which is suitable to him. Would you do the same? Would you do that with your investment portfolio? Would you accept it? That's me on the right, by the way. I think this is unfair to say that something that's suitable is a good thing. The investment industry pumps it up like it is the best thing since sliced bread, and I say that suitability is a license to steal. Here's 2 minutes on YouTube. The name again, Larry Elford. Suitable to pickpocket a billion. looking at about a dozen ways that the investment industry can pickpocket $1 billion. Suitability is one of those ways. Another video here, suitable to steal. It's 10 minutes long, so it'll take you a little bit longer to get through, but we're going to look at how the word suitability, which is supposed to protect you by the regulators and the dealers, and how it picks your pocket to the tune of about $38 billion a year or $1 billion. I'm giving some numbers there that are the Canadian side because that's where I come from, but don't hold that against me. It's about $500 million a week that Canadians are ripped off, cheated, shortchanged by investment dealers using these tricks. The disguising their salespersons as professionals, using that deception to financially abuse them with products they deem as suitable. So if you know those three things, the suitability requirement, the advisor definition, or whether your guy's even licensed as an advisor, fiduciary, you'll learn a lot about what goes on behind the scenes. Wikipedia has a great page on registered investment advisor. The term I find in Canada, and I think it is in the US, is investment advisor is always spelled with an E in US financial law. Now I know the Securities and Exchange Commission say that they'll apply this law to anybody that practices investment advice or giving financial advice, but as we saw, the exemptions rule out about 500,000 people that are selling stuff. So the SEC is not covering your back as far as I'm concerned on that, and I'm having a good debate with them. I hope they'll humor me, and I'll learn something. Maybe we'll make something better. This is Michael Kites, KITCES.com. Is the SEC failing to enforce the advice exemption for broker-dealers under the Investment Advisors Act of 1940? Yes, they are. He's got a good article on it here which puts it in plain English. The word solely incidental is another one that you'll want to learn about. It's one of the tricks of the trade. Again, my name's Larry Elford. Find me here at Recovered Broker, and I hope we'll learn a whole bunch together. Thanks, guys.